Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady, and I'm here with this Geared Up Garage bundle card. So here's the bundle, and this is in the current 2019 Stampin' Up Occasions catalog as a bundle. So when you purchase the two products together, you'll save 10%. So the garage, and then we have the coordinating die set, garage gears, with this fun gear grouping. Okay. I'm also going to be using the hexagon dynamic folder. It's one of the thicker, dynamic, deeper impressing folders to get the inlaid embossing technique. So you're going to see me do that in this video. And I also have the stitch shapes. So here's the card that I'm going to make, and I'm going to tell you a couple of things. It took me 3 tries to get to this card, and I'm going to show you towards the end what my other options were and where I got to this point. So I thought this was a fun card just to use to a celebration for anyone who likes cars, masculine, if you're not sure if they like cars or not, but it would still work. Okay, so here are all my supplies. And I have all the paper sizes on my blog at mystamplady.com, and you can just look for this Geared Up Garage blog post, and I will also have the supplies listed in the description below on YouTube with a link to the blog post. So you can go right to it and find all the directions. Okay, or for the cards. So we're going with Real Red, and I'm going to start off with that background and the inlaid technique, and then later I'll show you how I got to this point. So the first thing I did is I cut out my gears. So I'm going to use this piece here, and we'll put those gears right on there, and then I also used these 2 dies right here. So I need to pull my Big Shot in, and we'll cut these out. These are, they have a little more intricate area with these dies, so we need to run it through the Big Shot twice. I have my magnetic platform, I have my acrylic plate, and let's put those gears down on that Big Shot. I like to use them so that they're running through this way. I get better cuts rather than if I run it through parallel to the wheels or the rollers in there. So, and I like to use the edges. The middle gets used a lot, and it tends to get a little compression in there where it's a little tighter along the edges. And then we need an additional plate, and I'm going to roll that through, and I'm going to go through forward, and then I'm also going to back up, and that will help me just to get a little better cut. And if that still hasn't cut it, I can go through again. But let's hope that this one will work. I've been having good luck with it so far. And then I'll take just a cheap toothbrush, pop out all of those little areas that need to be taken out. And I tend to pop it out before I've removed it from my die, because I find that it works a little bit better to get those little parts out that are supposed to be out of there. You can take it from your die first and do it. I just find if I do it when it's still in the die, it works a bit better for me. So it's just how I do it. Okay. Okay, I've cleaned out all those areas, and here is my 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. You can use the Sizzix sheet on there, that is the adhesive sheet. I like to use dotted adhesive. This, I do it over one of our silicone mats, and then it only sticks where you want it to stick. And so then I'll put this down right onto my white cardstock. I've kind of positioned it so that it covers this angle here. And this was one of the things that took me 3 tries to get, was how I placed my wheels on there, or the gears on there. Okay, so now here comes the inlaid technique, and this is, I've put the die cut gears on top of there. I'm putting them inside this folder, and this folder gives it a nice deep impression, and then when it comes out, it's going to look like the gears and the white paper are just one piece. Since this is a dynamic folder, I will need my Big Shot platform without the thin die adapter, so just this platform, put that down, and 1 acrylic plate. You do not need the other acrylic plate, and I'll run that through the Big Shot. So then when you take that out, you have the look that that is just one piece that looks flat on there because it has the same impression as the background. So that is my piece there. I also did run through this piece, this strip of real red. It's 1¼ inches by 4 inches, and I've also run this through the Big Shot to give it that texture. And I'll come back to that piece later. Now we're going to do that car, and I am going to use the Tuxedo Black Memento pad because I will be doing some coloring with the blends, and the Stampin' blends work best with the Tuxedo Black ink. So we're going to just ink up that car, and we'll stamp that onto our Whisper White cardstock. Okay, now I have a 1/2 inch strip of Whisper White cardstock that I will just stamp my sentiment on, and then I'll trim it down. And actually I did one ahead of time because I figured on camera it was going to be tougher to get it. You can also just cut it down if you would like, from a bigger piece down to a 1/2 inch, but I really did want kind of a narrow cardstock piece. But it's harder on camera. When I'm on camera, I like to put my head right over when I'm stamping something really tight like that, and it's harder on camera to do that. So I just did that ahead of time. I'm just going to quickly, with my dark Stampin' Blend, color in this little fender piece. I think I'm going to do the mirror too. And now I'm going to go with the light black blend and just color my car in. And I'm just going to do it with the light black and do it solid black. I did really basic coloring with my blends here. I didn't do anything special, just colored it in solid with that black, the light black blend. So now I'll take the coordinating die and we're going to run this through. I have a little bow starting on that plate, so I like to rotate it so that if it is bowed, it'll be going into my platform, and that way I'll get a better hold. You can see that it's holding much better just by having that bow switched. I'm also going to run this through at the same time with my large stitched circle because I'll need that for my background. Okay, so now I can put this all together, and we'll just take a little bit of my snail adhesive here and make sure I've got the card opening right. This is a 1/2 sheet of real red, 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2 inches. And this is going to just be my background. And I'm going to put it all down. I'm just going to rub that so it sticks nicely. Put it all down because my ribbon is going to run around the entire front of the card. And then let's put down this black piece of my black circle. Put that right there. And my embossed layer here, and that's just going to go right over. Give me some ground there to work with. Move that over there. There we go. And the car can just go right down over that. And it's really normal for your blends to soak through. That way you know you're getting some nice coverage. And then my little sentiment, this narrow 1/2 inch by 2 inch piece. And that I'm just going to overlap right there. So then I have this beautiful, this was one of my favorite ribbons I think I've ever seen Stampin' Up! Come out with. And this is the metallic, silver metallic striped ribbon. And I'm just going to do a knot, just a simple knot. It's a masculine card. You don't really need a bow. Okay, so let's just trim this down. So now I'm going to show you kind of what I learned about getting this third try here. And then let me trim this down first, just get these a little bit shorter. I can always go in and adjust that if I want it more. So this was my third try. And here are my other ones. So here was my first try, and I'm going to hold the one I did next to you here and see. In this one, I had put my sentiment a little further down, just lined it up with the bottom rather than overlapping. I did like the end up overlapping. I just thought it carried my eye better. But the biggest reason I didn't like this, it was too many gears. So it was just too much on the gear. This is actually 2 of the large gear sets, and then I went to just one. So then I thought, well, let's just do one gear set, but I did too many of the smaller ones. I thought it was too much round red background, too many gears. And then I thought, well, let's do a blacker car, make it stand out against the red gears. Didn't like that. I liked the lighter car, I liked the contrast between the black and the lighter color. This was just too much the same. I still had done the little stripe or the strip down here. So when I finally came up with was this, where I used fewer gears, lighter color, and then I overlapped this. A little step here with the overlapping, but I really liked how it tied it all together. So if you want to leave in the comments below, I'd love to hear about the trial and errors that you've had or what you like best about my 3 tries. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. All the supplies are available in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks so much for watching.